We live in a twilight world. The name of this presentation is Missiles in the Mind. So look, tomorrow will be a day just like today and just like the day before. This is the reality we find ourselves in now, yeah? You're going to hear a story about a missile striking somewhere in the world. I use the term missile, loosely. Could be a drone, artillery strike, whatever. We're just going to say missile for now. An example would be, I don't know, like Ukraine has struck an oil depot deep inside Russian territory. The Russians have struck a target in a region of Ukraine. The Iranians have struck a water plant in Kuwait. The US has struck a target belonging to Iran. Israel has struck a target in Lebanon. Hezbollah has struck Israeli targets, in the north of Israel, so on and so on and so on, yeah? We hear these stories of missiles landing somewhere in the world. And of course, you see it on the Black Mirror, whether that's TV or the internet, mainstream media, alternative media, social media, yeah, whatever, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, even like the front of newspapers. Shit, you might even hear about it on the radio. And of course, there will be, images to back up this story, right? But as we all know, images coming via the Black Mirror, they are just nothing. They're nothing but pixels on a screen until someone we can trust goes over there and verifies whether or not this did or did not happen. So the story itself, is it 100% true what we're being told? Yes, no, maybe. The honest answer is we don't know because we're not there. Is it totally 100% fake? Yes, no, maybe. We don't know. The honest answer is we don't know because we're not there. Is it perhaps an illusion operation, the stuff that I talk about, a deception? So yeah, there's a missile, but it didn't actually land on any significant target. It landed just to the side of the significant target, yeah? Precision bombing, theatrical bombing. And the missile itself, it wasn't like a missile you think of with high explosives. No. The stuff inside was actually more like pyrotechnic chemicals, yeah? So low explosive. But these low explosive chemicals actually create more noise and smoke than an actual high explosive missile, bomb, whatever. So, perhaps that's what it is. Once again, yes, no, maybe. We don't know because we're not there. But here's what I can guarantee you 100% will happen and will be the truth. The missile will create thousands of podcasts. Yeah, it will give the podcasters something to talk about. It will create thousands of blogs and Substack articles, YouTube videos, and so on. Yeah? It will justify someone in the government and their push to spend more on military expenditure. Yeah? Guarantee that's going to happen. But the main thing I want to focus on is the amount of people that will react to it online in the form of podcasts, YouTube videos, TikTok videos, Instagram reels, yeah, blogs, Substack articles, things like this. Now, you've heard me talking about this many times before, yeah? This is the fourth industrial revolution, or I like to call the fourth wall industrial revolution. The whole point of the war, World War III, just like COVID, is to push people onto the internet. Just like the cost of living crisis as well. Yeah, where you're making people so poor they can't afford to do anything, and crime is so out of hand that people are scared to go out. So what do? They sit indoors, poor, unable to do anything fun, too scared to go out. They divert their time, energy, and attention to looking at stuff on the Black Mirror. You can't afford to go on holiday, but guess what? Netflix is only £6 a month. And there's every genre of entertainment you can think of. YouTube, for the most part, is free if you're okay with a few adverts here and there. You see the point I'm trying to make here? That missile, whether it really happened or didn't happen, or whether it's somewhere in between, it's a deception, it's further pushing forward the fourth industrial revolution. Why do I call it the fourth wall industrial revolution? Because we've moved from the Truman Show being like a metaphor to being literal now. Because at the end of the day, when you spend time in front of the Black Mirror, don't forget, most of these Black Mirror devices have a little camera there and a microphone. It's watching you and listening to you. While you watch the Black Mirror, it's watching you. And even if you do what I do, you cover up the camera and things like this, it's still kind of monitoring, your activities. How long you watch this video? Did you leave a comment? Did you like this? How quickly you skip past that? You're essentially filling out a psychological survey. It's working you out. It's building up a psychological profile about you. Yeah? A good TV show that portrayed this was Westworld, the third series. I know it wasn't as good as number one, but the whole concept is, they're using algorithms and supercomputers to manage the population of planet Earth. Yeah? Essentially like puppet strings. They know you better than you know yourself. They're working out who would be the best partner for you, the best job for you. But most importantly, they're getting rid of the people they know are going to be outliers, are going to be troublemakers and problems. They're getting rid of them. Think about it in terms of money, yeah? Although money's an illusion used to control people, and at the top they can print as much as they want. Nevertheless, how much does a Tomahawk missile cost? I don't actually know the precise answer to that. I don't know, $500,000, $1 million. But that missile that lands in the middle of nowhere, or maybe it did land on a target, we don't know, and it costs, USA $1 million, I guarantee you the amount of podcasts, blogs, TikTok videos, YouTube videos, Instagram reels, Twitter posts that it creates will be 100 times more in regards to revenue and data being collected. It's actually very cheap. In regards to how much that missile costs to make, how much it costs to get it into position, how much it costs to fire it, including everything from the amount of personnel you're paid to man the naval ship, to the logistics of getting it onto the naval ship, the amount of diesel. Trust me, what it makes back in regards to getting people on the Black Mirror, 100%. 100 times profit. Yeah? And I don't forget, yeah, the Black Mirror, the internet, this is the new religion, yeah? This is the new God. And I know a lot of you are in denial about this. And a lot of you get a bit funny when I bring up that, my whole crusade is against the internet and trying to get you guys off it. But it really is, the internet has become, your God, your teacher, your doctor, your lover, your best friend, your childminder. Yeah? Think how many people right now at this moment in time have handed a Black Mirror to their little child because they just want to have some time themselves on the Black Mirror. And them little kiddies there are watching YouTube, slowly getting programmed by the Black Mirror. It's a very sinister thing that's happening right now, and it's like the elephant in the room that no one wants to talk about. You know, think how many people now claim to be religious, right? They're saying that like Christianity is on the rise. Whenever I meet someone who says they're a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew, I guarantee you they are spending more time on the internet, which is the devil, by the way, than they are in a church, in a synagogue, in a mosque, or reading the Bible, the Quran, or the Torah, or whatever the Jew book is. I don't really know. You get what I'm saying? Worship is where your time and energy goes. So if you're scrolling 4 to 8 hours a day, that's 4 to 8 hours a day you are worshipping the Black Mirror God, the new religion. Yeah? And these missiles, whether it be in Ukraine, Russia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Israel, Lebanon, they are help pushing forward this new religion, this new God, this new form of worship, which is you gazing into the Black Mirror as it gazes back at you. Just like there's the same thing with COVID, yeah? There was never a deadly virus. The vaccine was clearly just a saline vaccine or just a regular flu vaccine that they've had all along. But the whole point was to shut down the economy, shut down everything, every form of entertainment, with the only thing being open really was the internet. And I guarantee you, if you were to look on a map, like a bar graph, I guarantee you the amount of people spending time on the internet must have just gone straight up vertically the second these lockdowns were implemented. Think how many people set up TikTok accounts and YouTube channels and stuff like that. They thought, wow, this is the time I'm going to try and be a YouTuber and be famous. Also, part of the whole COVID thing was making it obviously stupid and obviously fake, so that you would rush to the internet and form your little tribes talking about how stupid and fake it was. For example, you could go out and meet 6 of your friends, but if you met 7th, you know, the virus would get you. You could walk around a supermarket in this direction, but if someone turned around and went in the wrong direction, you'd get the virus. You could go out and do 1 hour's worth of exercise, but if you did an hour and 10 minutes, you would get the virus. It was all on purpose to make you go online and rant about how stupid it was. Yeah. The whole making these illusion operations obviously fake, that's baked into the cake, because at the end of the day, the whole goal is to get your time, energy, and attention, yeah? The 3 most important things here in this earthly realm, your time, energy, and attention. So these missiles, our new reality of every day a missile landing here, there, and everywhere, the target is not some physical base or building. Yeah, and it doesn't really matter whether they are really happening, not really happening, or they're somewhere in between. The real target of these missiles is your mind. Yeah, it's your consciousness. It's to keep you in a low vibration state, whether that's living in fear, or these weirdos that get a kick out of like having a whole career based on saying that they're fake or whatever like that, or saying it's a psyop. You know, the missiles are meant for your mind. We live in a twilight world. There are no friends at dusk.